Hey, what's going on, G-Ballers? Today, I have an exciting new knife here to share with you coming in from QSP. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Drop a comment down below and let me know what your EDC is for today. This is going to be a brand spanking new release for QSP. We just recently checked out one of their new releases and it was exceptional. We'll bring that out here in a moment. But this is a completely new design here, and it is called the Reptile. Look at this. Oh, look at that blade. QSP, and I wouldn't be surprised, 14C28N, I wouldn't be surprised if this is very affordable. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I still think we're going to be, $80 for this knife or somewhere in that department. We have 14C, a beautiful satin finish on that blade, nice sharpening choil, and then we have aluminum here over top of steel liners, and those are chamfered off very nicely there. So are the scales. We're going to be looking at QSP's crossbar lock here, and we have a nice deep carry clip here, and that is going to be reversible for lefties, and we have a lanyard hole here, so everybody is going to get everything that they want out of this knife. We have tons of milling internally there, and this knife still has a good heft to it. I like this. Probably looking at what, 7.5 maybe overall. Exactly 7.5 overall, and we'll give it 3 1/16 of cutting edge, 3 1/4 strong of total blade. So 7.5 is okay. I'd like it more if it was around 8 and beyond, but a knife like this, I can still get a good grip on it, and QSP always does a good job when it comes to including lefties and righties both. They typically do a really good job with the ambidextrous side of things, especially when you're using a crossbar lock. It just makes sense to make the knife completely ambidextrous, and I have to say, the crossbar lock that they did on this is very good. You get a nice strong wind up here. Studs are done and placed well. You can come up underneath. There's a chamfer here, so you can come up underneath very easily, and the same will be said. Same will be said for the reverse flick there. You can come right up underneath that stud. Plenty of room there to get under there, but that spring is nice and strong. To put that in better perspective, I'll bring out the Kaiser Drop Bear and the Spyderco Para 3 here for a size comparison, and you'll see the Reptile, it's going to be a little bit bigger than both of those. And two more with the Vosteed Raccoon up top and the Kaiser Militol here on the bottom. And it's going to be directly in line with something like the Vosteed Raccoon. And I did decide to look them up. And this particular version here in the champagne aluminum is going to be, like I thought, just under $80 at $79. They also have some G10 variants, and it looks like they have 5 to 6, maybe even more different variations in aluminum and G10. So kicking it off with several variations. Switch gears here and bust out our GBall Vision and 50 Ways Hank here, and we'll check this clip out, see what it looks like in the pocket. Get that clear tab out of there. That protects the scale there from the clip, and that's going to carry nice and deep in the pocket. For people who prefer a deep carry or are looking for a deep carry, this will fill the bill pretty well. It's not ultra deep, but that's pretty good, just under flush with your pocket. And as I said, that will be reversible, and that has good retention. And because you don't have to deal with the clip or any screws, that'll be easy breezy access there, and that has good retention. But there should be good clearance in there for pants that may have a little bit thicker seams. So this is turning out to be a good all-around looking knife and design. Love the clip point blade. You got that straight clip point there. Beautiful, beautiful looking blade. I am a huge sucker for clip points and even more exaggerated clip points, but love that blade shape. Love the swedge rolling all the way across the top. Little ramp here with jimping. Yeah, this is nice. QSP coming out here. Are we in third quarter? 3, 6. Yeah, we're in third quarter. Yeah. Third quarter coming out with some bangers here. Really good. So we're going to get the arch nemesis out, and we're going to give this thing a weight check. We like to guess the weight here on the channel. I invite you all to play along. Put your guess down in the comments. Even if you already put your guess for your EDC down in the comments or something else, feel free to drop another comment. I welcome as many comments as you want to leave. I'm going to give this a go here. It feels... Is that up around like 3... Like a 3.6, 3.7 area? 3.8, 3.7. Oh, no! Oh, I was going to say 3.8, and then I started scaring myself. Hey, I'll take it. 3.8, it's saying, and 106 grams. So, nice, hefty weight. As I've said many times, I like that 3.8 to 4.5 or even 5. I like feeling like, you know, you got a substantial tool in your hand. Of course, there's always a time and place for a lighter weight knife, but for the most part, I enjoy something around that weight. We'll go ahead and get our calipers out here. We'll give the old scale a check first, and 0.49 as well as 12.46 millimeters. And we'll go back to millimeters because that keeps us in a rhythm to finish the behind the edge. 3.46 and 136 thousandths for the blade stock. And we'll get a random spot here. And 23 thousandths. I can never hold on to it. And probably like 0.53 for behind the edge, 0.53 millimeters. So it's coming down there, just a tick below average. And let's see how this thing cuts out of the box. We'll use our standard catalog paper here, and of course a clip point like this is going to be a great poker. And if you're not familiar with QSP or not real familiar with their knives, they come with some of the best edges out of the box. I mean, they do a phenomenal job there at QSP. They don't put out like a million new models every year, but they do put out new models, and usually the models they put out, you know, they're really solid, like this one here. Now it's going to be a toss-up. This knife, the QSP Penguin here, the Glide Lock, man, I haven't put this thing down for a week since I pulled it out of the box. I love this copper G10 that they're using, infused copper G10. They also have an aluminum one. A lot of the places I saw, this one was sold out. They also do a satin with this one. Two really solid knives here from QSP in the third quarter. Yeah, if you've been holding off on a Penguin just because you don't want to, you know, get some, you know, be like everyone else or whatever, or you've been just waiting, biding your time, the Glide Lock variation with the tabs here, this thing is solid as hell. 14C, all the bells and whistles, just like the Reptile here. And I gotta say, I keep going back to that finish. Man, that is a beautiful looking satin finish on this knife, sub $80. Let's go ahead and we'll get over here, grab our off-grid driver. We have a non-tooled pivot here. We are going to be looking at T6 on the body screws here, and most likely T6 on the pocket clip, yep. And then T8 for the pivot. As I always say, for any T6, I'd like them to be T8, but you know, I think eventually all companies will get there. We'll go ahead and take a closer look at this beautiful Reptile here, and just look at that. Yeah, this is a really nice looking knife. I like this, the champagne aluminum. You don't see that a whole lot. It's got this really, I don't know if I want to say metallic look to it, but almost like a metallic look. Got that milling into it as well on both sides. Yeah, really, really good looking stuff. I like this. We'll go ahead and centering is, yeah, that's on the money there. Yeah, right on the money. Like I said earlier, this crossbar lock is damn good. Like, damn good. You can get a nice wind up on this one here. And that is impressive with a crossbar lock. Look at that. Yeah, you can really get on this one here. Very nice. See about the closing action. Nice and smooth. Edge looks beautiful. Yeah, beautiful knife. And this is a Kinu Alfaro design, if I didn't mention that, which I don't think I did. Let's go ahead and give this thing a couple of love taps here. I don't feel any movement up or down, side to side. It feels very good. We'll start out towards the tip here, and we'll go light just to get us going, and we'll see what happens from there. Very good. It sounds good. I don't suspect any trouble. Very good. Very good. Still centered. Action. Still on point. And as far as our lockup goes, no wiggle developed. Yeah. This thing is solid. If you know, if this is your style, definitely very solid. This is, I like this. This stands out to me, you know, say over the last couple of weeks here or whatever. This one really stands out to me as far as the design itself, the materials, and how it's finished. Great execution on the clip and the crossbar lock, the glide lock, as they call it. I'd say my only nitpick would be I'd prefer a matching aluminum backspacer in here. And I could do without the QSP on the blade, just leave the emblem there. Which I'm not sure what makes them decide to choose which emblem, because I do prefer the triangle, but I do like how there's nothing on the blade. So either one, whether it's this logo or that logo, I would say just leave that on the pivot and let it go. But that is an ultra fine nitpick. That's not like a deal breaker or anything like that. I would never let that sway my decision on a solid knife. Don't ever hinder yourself in such a regard as that type of thing, especially when we're dealing with this type of quality from QSP. They make a very solid knife. That thing is beautiful. That'll be going right into my pocket. You all to let me know, is the Reptile something you could see adding to your collection or daily rotation? I look forward to hearing your thoughts and opinions on the Reptile. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and share this video. I truly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy knives, EDC, and gear, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release videos like this every single day. I'd love to have you here. I'm going to pop up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.